All right, Coach. First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
There we go, there we go. Buddy up, 52, right 52. Switch.
From the gun, here's the set. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Strip that ball. Watch the safety creep. Anyway. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Switch.
They go play action now. Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Got it. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, come on, yo. Spawn. No, shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Showing up.
On third down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
That's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writers about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Check, drop. Check 24.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On 3rd down, Brissett got an open man. That's Campbell. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I don't think you got it, son. Check it.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, that's Richie James. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Richie James, a gain of 14. And a Jaguar first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
53 for Mike. 53 for Mike.
Jackson from the shotgun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
36. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hustle, hustle. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 3.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, letting that fly route go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
For conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him floating, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A big play there for Indy. 61 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Brissett now, complete to Hilton. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The end result, 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
It's been a long day for you. 53 smart. Check. 53 smart.
From the gun, Jackson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Jackson. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Get that ball, Dean. Get that ball. Check. 53 Mike. Check. 53.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Now Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And Diggs has it. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And it's caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown. Jacksonville. Stephon Diggs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 17-yard line.
Check 43. Check.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and take it.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Brissett, firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run with Ware. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go. Shoot. One, two. Yeah. Tighten up, small. Tighten up. Big right. Come.
Now Brissett on 4th down. He's going to float this one deep right. And this is caught inside the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman. Standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. As well as scores from earlier today. Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Jaguars' 5-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Alert 3.
On 2nd down, it's Ware. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike, 44. We own them. We own them. That's it. Popo's the mic. Mike's Popo. I got one.
Now Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tight end's right. You got 3 down, 3 down. Check number 6, check number 6. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
To throw again, Jackson.
Under 10, 10.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Down. 58, come on. Stop your body.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here. But I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Left side is complete. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Brissett now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Watch Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Bissett. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up second and...
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Number 53, Mike 53. You get blocked. You get blocked.
Jackson now. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Jacksonville.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now, operating from the gun. Throws right side, and that's complete. A very solid gain of 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53.
From the gun, Jackson. Steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Here's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check, 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 check. Check your hot read.
First down, it's Ware. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on, come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. James now to return.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Double dog, that's the way.
Now it's Jackson. James has got it, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
53 is the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, P.
Now Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, we got Mike, number 52.
To throw is Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down. Doesn't matter how far they need for a first down. Throw them the ball. Instead, they run it. And as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything. All the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And Allen to run. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
44 to Mike, 44 to Mike. Check, check, check. Watch the pass, watch the pass. 44.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. And an Allen. And the ball is knocked out. And the Jags grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. But I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
53, check 53. Rip left, rip left. Let's go, let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Now he's flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Ready? Hey, hold on. Check 53, Mike. Yeah. Zoom. Mike, 53.
Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set up. Fellas, let's set a tone.
We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
All day, defense, all day. Let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Buying time is left. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like
got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he simply taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good work. I like it, man.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Got it. 53 is the mic. Hey. Let's go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's a screen pass. That's complete. The 20. A huge play there on the screen pass, and even 40 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they have the right coverage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Jaguars. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Campbell making the catch. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
Let's go now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's complete to Diggs. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk to them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And Diggs has it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just handle their totals. And my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We'll know this thing's done.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Not today. 58 for Mike, 58.
Go. That one looks like he'll throw here. A nice little juke. Throw left side complete. It's James. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
152 fighter. Hey, Alpha.
Go 58's the Mike. Cut. 58, right?
Now.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right?
Hey. High 7. On the ball. Ready.
2nd and 6. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Lambo to add on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Colts take over first
Let's go,
and
baby.
10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,